Hey guys, welcome to the Rachel Cruze Show. So today we're going to take a look at how we did financially in 2022. So we're going to look back over the year. And again, it can be kind of tough because this was a tough year. I mean, think about inflation. The market was just a roller coaster. There were some massive layoffs. It was a lot. So it would be tempting to be like, oh, don't worry, that's in the past. We're going to focus on the future. And while that's a good attitude, looking back and reflecting is really important. And you want to reflect on what went right, what went wrong. And really, that's going to help you make a huge impact on how you handle money next year. And the great thing is, it doesn't have to be really hard. So we're going to just talk through a couple of things. I'm going to ask you some questions, and then you can kind of gauge how you feel like your year went financially. Okay? I love this. This is kind of like the nerdy stuff, y'all, but this is good. This is good for us to look back. Okay, we're going to start off with budgeting. I know you're shocked, but for real, here's some questions. So answer them to yourself, okay? How regularly did you budget? Did you keep track of your monthly budget? So did you again, say, okay, this was last month's budget and the month before and before and before? Did you do you have a record of what each budget was each month? Did you make a budget each month? Did you track your expenses in your budget? So how did you do overall? Because I would really suggest going back to your budgets if you still have them and look for areas that you consistently overspent. So you can think through next year, okay, do we need to cut back? Do we need to up that category and lower it, again, to make your budget a little bit easier? If you're married, did you and your spouse have a budget meeting every month? Did you guys talk about it? How did those meetings go? Maybe a little rough for the first few, but did it get better? Do you feel like your communication got better? Okay, so once you've answered those questions, then you can really look ahead and say, okay, what needs to change in my budget next year? Maybe you feel like you're in a good spot and you're like, nope, I'm doing it and it's working and it's great. And some of you are like, nope, that keeps popping up. I got to change that, which is good. So again, going back and looking. All right, the next area I want you to look at is your insurance. Do you have the right insurance? Did you get the right amount of insurance, especially in 2022, that's going to take you into next year? So this might be kind of simple. It might sound simple, but again, any kind of accident or emergency can totally throw off your financial goals if you're not insured enough or have the right type of insurance. So the insurance that I recommend that everyone needs is homeowners insurance. If you're renting, renter's insurance, auto, term life insurance, especially if you're married or you have dependents, health insurance, identity theft protection, long-term disability, and if you're 60 or older, long-term care insurance. Also, I recommend getting an umbrella policy if your net worth is higher than $500,000. So again, look back at the year and say, okay, how did those do? And again, do you need to make some changes? Is everything up to date? And how did your life change? If your home's value quadruple, like some people's, if you added another kid, if you got married, all of those things, those life changes could show you, okay, I need to make changes for 2023 in the realm of insurance. All right, let's take a quick break so I can tell you about our sponsor. Living on less isn't easy, especially in this economy, but there's a solution to rising healthcare costs. Christian Healthcare Ministries, America's longest-serving health cost-sharing ministry. They have helped hundreds of thousands of people with billions in eligible medical bills. To learn more, go to chministries.org/Rachel. All right, another thing to look back on 2022 to see if you are winning with money is, did you give regularly? Yes, were you a giver? Now, for some people, this sounds counterintuitive because you're like, I have financial goals. I need to put my money towards these things. But listen, a big part of your financial plan has to be giving. Regardless of what baby step you're on, I want you to give a little so that you can give a lot. Because it's all about creating habits no matter where you are. And also, it's just about your life. And if you didn't give a lot last year, if you look back and you're like, yeah, I didn't really give a lot, that's okay. You're not like a bad person. I'm not going to shame you. But I would say you don't experience a kind of life change that occurs only when you give. I mean, honestly, when you live your life with an open hand, things start to move. And we just want to have a tight grip and control everything we can control with our money. And sometimes that creates a heart that is closed. But when you open your hands, it's amazing. It can be an extension of your heart. You just learn to give more and serve more. and it's a beautiful thing. So if you didn't put that into practice in 2022, I highly suggest you do that for 2023. All right, up next, do you have a will? If you do, great job. And if you don't, you're a little behind, and that's okay. But the good news is it's really easy. It's actually one of the easiest things that you can take care of when it comes to your finances, that your loved ones will feel very taken care of by you. It's one of the easiest things to do. So make sure to check out Mama Bear Wills. You can create an online will that's legally binding without an attorney. They make it very easy, so make sure to do that. Next, taxes. Yeah, I know we don't want to start thinking about tax day, but it's coming, y'all. It is right around the corner. So if you have done some side hustle work in 2022, you got to prepare some of that for paying taxes in 2023 if you're behind. If you have taxes withheld from your paycheck, or if not, did you make sure that you save for taxes on your own along the way? Again, if you are going to owe some money, I want you to make sure that you have that money saved as you're looking ahead to tax day. And I just want you to feel confident. I don't want any surprises to pop up. And so, for me, that's just a huge deal. Now, if your taxes are really simple, you can check out Ramsey's Smart Tax. It can help you, but if you have a little bit more of a complicated tax situation, you can definitely check out a tax advisor like a Ramsey Trusted ELP to help you kind of sift through and get what you need. Again, it's amazing to have people by your side, especially in something complicated like taxes. All right, next, I want you to look at your net worth and your money goals. So your net worth is what you own minus what you owe, and that is your net worth. So again, I think it's really fascinating to do some math and to kind of figure out heading into 2023, where do you stand? And if you're in the negative, if you owe more than what you have, than what you own, then maybe your goal for next year is to get a positive net worth. Maybe it's like, okay, we're going to get out of debt. We're going to work to save some money and get into maybe step 3 and save up an emergency fund, all of that. So your net worth, getting a positive net worth. If you didn't have that in 2022, maybe you work on it for 2023. Okay, money goals, last but not least. Yes, did you have any money goals? Think about, it just feels so far away. 2021, New Year's Eve of 2021, going into 2022, and you're like, my New Year's resolution is boo, or my money goal is boo, right there. Okay, did you have those? If so, how'd you do? What's your progress? Did you get off track? Did you have to pivot? Were they the right money goals for your life? Look back and say, okay, that goal setting, how did that go? Because I do want you to set some money goals for 2023. And again, the best goals are specific, measurable, they're your goals, and they're on paper or typed out, like you want them in front of you visually, and that helps. So having goals, it's so key. Again, financial goals, money goals, I love because I think there's so many great ones to have, whether it's to get out of debt or to build up an emergency fund or maybe start giving more, but have a money goal for 2023. And if you want some help with goals in general, you can check out our 2023 Ramsey Goal Planner. And it's great. The way it's laid out really helps you with your the financial part of your life, the relational and spiritual. And there is still some left. So click the link in the show notes to check that out. All right. So as you go back and kind of audit 2022, how'd you do? Some of you might be like, I killed it. I killed that year. Inflation didn't get me. I'm ahead of the game. Some of you are like, oh, I did terrible. But listen, either way, it's okay. That's a good place to be. Celebrate the wins, acknowledge the hard and maybe some failures, but it's all to look ahead. But the important thing is to have visibility. Some people just want to, put their head in the sand and be like, I don't want to look. But going back and reflecting is really important to start out a new year. The new year of 2023. Can y'all believe that? Can you believe it's coming up? It's just crazy. All right, make sure to share this video with a friend who loves talking about the year. I'm that person. I'm always like, let's look back at our year. Let's look ahead. I think that stuff is so fun. So, you guys, thanks so much. I hope you had a great Christmas, a very Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a happy new year. And remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.